Thrift stores, garage sales, and even convenience stores. You can find stuff to flip online almost anywhere. I'm going to show you some of the stuff that I sold this week so that you can be on the lookout for it yourself. Stay tuned. Sold some handlebars. You guys may remember last week I sold a frame and fork for a DK BMX bicycle. Well, this is actually from a different bike. I paid $10 for this one too. This is a GT Interceptor bicycle. Took the handlebars off. I've got the frame and forks listed separately. And just the handlebars sold for $65. Like I said, I've only got $10 into the whole thing. Got a pair of Hoka's going out. This is a pair of Hoka Carbon X men's tennis shoes, and they're in really good condition in the top, but the bottoms are actually pretty worn. I paid $5.99 from Goodwill, and they sold in a couple of weeks for 60 bucks. Sold a pair of jeans. This is a pair of vintage Polo Ralph Lauren blue jeans. They're like a wide leg jean, really good condition. What caught my eye at the thrift store was this embroidery on them. I'd never seen that before, so I figured I'd pick them up for $5.75. Sure enough, there were none listed, none that I could find sold on eBay, so I decided to list them pretty high. And they actually sold within a month for $64.50. You guys may remember last week I picked up a set of golf clubs from Facebook Marketplace, paid $300, got a cool Scotty Cameron putter out of it, tried to hit the irons, they didn't work for me, sold those for $6.50. Also really wanted to keep this driver, but unfortunately I didn't hit it as good as I hit my own driver, so I sold it. Sold for $150. This is a Titleist Ts2 Driver, and they don't usually sell for quite that much, but this one does have an upgraded shaft, so that makes it a little more valuable. Pretty cool flip. TaylorMade M Series woods are definitely something to be on the lookout for. This is an M1 5 wood. I believe they've got like M1, M2, all the way up to M6 now. They always sell for really good money and really quick. This one came out of that $300 Facebook Marketplace bag, and it sold for 100 bucks. Alright, so these are pretty stinking cute. I'm not gonna lie. These are Boyd's Bears plush, and they're dressed up like Wizard of Oz characters. Got the Wicked Witch, Dorothy, Tin Man, the Lion, even little Toto here. Like I said, they're pretty cute. My wife actually found these at a thrift store. I walked right by them, didn't even see them. She grabbed them, we looked them up. Comps were really good, and they wanted $2 a piece for them. It was half price day, so we got all these for $6, and they sold in about a month for $80. So pretty good pickup. Shout out Kayla.
We're off to see the wizard, the wonderful Wizard of Oz. Here he is, the wizard of a whiz, if ever a whiz there was.
Are you guys selling jackets in the summertime? Here it is, first day of August, 95 degrees outside, and I'm selling insulated heavy Carhartt jackets. Paid $10 for this one from a garage sale. It was a color I'd never seen before, so I had to have it, and it sold in about a month for $85. Sold a blanket, and it's one of those things that's been on my bucket list to find for quite some time. So when I found it at a garage sale at like 12 o'clock for $10, I couldn't believe it. This is a Pendleton Beaver State blanket, and it's definitely something you should be on the lookout for. This one sold for 150 bucks, and it's not in good condition. It's got several moth bites, several rub marks. Like I said, just not in great condition. So here's a brand you need to know, Think Tank. I'd never heard of it before, saw it at Salvation Army, and it's actually like a camera bag manufacturer. It's got different dividers in here to hold different cameras and lenses and whatnot. Really unassuming bag. It's like a plain black bag. Looked it up while I was at Salvation Army. They only wanted $6 for it. Brought it home, listed it, and it sold within a week for $145. So be on the lookout for Think Tank. This is one of the most exciting finds that I've had in a while. I was at the Goodwill bins the other day, and this was in the bottom of a box. Paid probably less than $2 for it. You guys may have seen it in my last video. I was super excited. This is a Nike Vapor Flex 440 driver head. Like I said, paid $2 for it, and it sold for $230. If you don't know, Nike doesn't make golf clubs anymore. The value keeps going up. I think this is like the last one that they made before they quit making clubs. Not real sure, but there's definitely a demand for it. Couple of vintage hats going out. This is Verkler, the Winner's Edge trucker hat. Made in the USA. I have no idea what Verkler is, but I only paid $1 for it and it sold for $24.95. Next one is a vintage Rusty Wallace NASCAR hat. NASCAR stuff still sells really well for me. I guess people like the big graphics like this. I paid $1 for it and it sold for $24. This is a Sweetwater Brewing Company hat. Paid $1 for it at Goodwill and it sold for $18.95. And this is a vintage Jolly Roger Marina hat from Clewiston, Florida. Nice cool vintage pattern on there. Paid $1 for it and it sold for $16.50. You guys ever seen a blue golf club before? If you do, I suggest you look them up. This is a Mizuno S5 56-degree wedge and it is not in good condition. Rough on the bottom, rusty face, the ferrule here is loose, and it still sold for $48. If it was in better condition, it could have got $60 or $70 for it. Paid $2 at a thrift store. So I sold some Sega Genesis games and I actually found these at Goodwill. Found a stack of 6 Sega Genesis games at Goodwill, and I was shocked because I never find video games at our Goodwill. Paid $6 a piece for them, so I kind of paid up. But Garfield Caught in the Act sold for $25, and Mickey's World of Illusion sold for $27. So not a huge profit, but was definitely excited to find video games. Pretty neat t-shirt sale. You guys already know I pick them up from Goodwill for $1.50 and usually sell them pretty quick. Paid $1.50 for this one from Goodwill, and it's a Charlie Brown vintage Peanuts t-shirt. Like I said, paid $1.50 for it and it sold for $40 in a couple of weeks. I never find decent tennis rackets. This is like only the second one that I've ever sold. This is a Wilson K-Factor Cobra tennis racket. And what's cool about it is I paid $4 for this bag, this case. It was actually 2 rackets inside of it. The other one's going to sell for like $30, and this one just sold for $55. So pretty cool. If your thrift stores are anything like mine, there are cheap tripods like everywhere. Every time I go in, I find a cheap tripod that's not really worth anything. But some that you should be on the lookout for are Bogan and Manfrotto. I think they're actually the same company. They're just like different divisions. Not real sure. But this is a Bogan tripod head. That's where the camera mounts here. It's got like 3 different turning points. Picked it up from a garage sale for $5 and it sold for $29. It's an older model and some of their stuff can go for some really good money, especially the newer stuff. This Polar, like electronic health monitoring exercise equipment, always sells really well for me, and it's really old technology. Like this is a heart rate monitor transmitter set. Paid $2 for it at a thrift store and it sold for $25. Walked into a Circle K the other day while I was out picking. I wanted to grab a drink and a snack, and when I walked in they had like hundreds of these metal cups laying around. It's basically an aluminum Solo cup with a label on it. The label says only at Circle K Mountain Dew Purple Thunder. So I decided to look them up on eBay. I figured it was an exclusive cup, somebody might want it. Sure enough, they were actually selling. I paid 99 cents for this cup and it sold for $16.24 on eBay in about a week. Definitely pays for my snack, and it also goes to show you that there's money everywhere if you just look for it.